Welcome back to What's Your Hustle podcast, brought to you by Hustle Castle Academy. And this episode is sponsored by Findicay. Findicay is the global prop firm that connects skilled traders to virtually funded accounts. With programs offering up to 100% profit sharing and super fast payouts, Findicay is ready to scale your trading skills into real capital. Check them out in the description on our bio. Enjoy! Today we're talking about the hustle that changes nations. Our guest is not just a global artist, he's a visionary and entrepreneur behind Akon Lighting Africa and Akoin. He's here to discuss why Africans must take charge of our own story, why we need to rebrand, and how unity is the key to our global future. Please welcome a true icon, Akon. Highlight number 1.
When you are locked up, sit down and figure out what the next plan is.
Before locked up, there was a whole nother life that got me locked up in the first place. And that locked up life, or pre-locked up life, is more the life where you're trying to fit in, find that median of, okay, what am I going to do in life? I want to be successful, but how do I get there? Okay, by any means necessary, I'm going to get to that goal, but there's no plan. Everything's a hustle. You're just trying to get it where you can fit in. You know what I'm saying? But then once you get locked up, you sitting down. You have no choice but to get your life right. Think about the past. Think about the future. Like, when you're sitting down, it's like, okay, what's next?
Yeah.
Is it going to be this right here?
Yeah.
Or am I going to switch my life up to the better and create a better environment, less risk?
Highlight number 2. You can't scale what you don't own.
I think when it comes to the African governments, they're trying. You know, unfortunately, the government system there is not as mature as it is, out west. And then a lot of governments in Africa don't really control the government. Presidents come in meaning good. The ministers try to get certain things done, but it's just like prime example when you look at the financial system in Africa. When you look at Africa as a continent, as much resources as it holds, it should be able to finance every major scalable project in Africa. But the problem is these countries don't control their own minerals. They don't control any of it. So it's to the point where you can only bargain and leverage with something that you have control over. And a lot of countries in Africa are all being controlled by Western countries. So it's not like in a position where they can actually make decisions to really make huge benefits, because there's so many interior pieces that's involved and so many other agendas that's attached to it that it becomes so political to make a simple decision as just bringing basic electricity into these countries.
Highlight number 3. It is our job to redefine how the world perceives of Africa through stories we tell.
This world is all about branding and marketing. The number one branders in the universe is the United States. They made United States seem like it's the best place in the world to be. It's the land of the free, home of the brave. I go there to find and chase my dreams. We have to be able to tell our own stories. Directors, filmmakers, entertainers, it's gonna be clearly, and the press, it's gonna be your job to redefine how people think about Africa. Because you're here, you see what's going on. You clearly can see in a vivid picture the good, the bad, and the ugly. What you choose to put out there is what the world is going to get. Because I can tell you right now, in Chicago alone, there's more people dying in Chicago than there was in the war in Iraq. But you would never see that. There's a lot of things that's happening in the US that you would never see because they choose to show you what they want you to see. It's about country integrity. You have a certain reputation you have to keep. No one puts their family business out into the street. One of the problems we have in Africa is that when something happens, the press is quick to put out negative energy and quick to put out a negative story. And then that story goes onto internet, and other broadcasting systems take it and they post it. So when you look at places like Kenya, for instance, that I know of, maybe 2 terrorist attacks, but it was everywhere. So now people was afraid to go to Kenya because somebody shot up the mall. But then when you look online, there was over 25,000 attacks in the US, but you only knew about maybe 5 or 6. So we have to really rebrand. And then when you look at how the world perceives Africa. They're right. You know, you see zebras, lions, tigers, bears. Oh my. You get to the point where you think Africa's just a big jungle. The images that they're showing of Africa is historical images. This is way before civilization. This is when they were still, you know, battling with spears, like times of Shaka Zulu. No, I'm serious. But then when you look at the US, they're showing Superman, Batman, you know? Where is our Superman? Where is our, like, Shaka Zulu should be a superhero today.
Highlight number 4. Our weakest link is the lack of unity amongst us. We need to unite and win as a collective.
Well, it was the idea of taking the best of what we felt that we bring and combining it to create something that can make a difference. Okay. And I think the biggest message, love you too, brother. You know? Absolutely. My man. Well, see, because the whole idea is promoting the belief and the unity. And I'm, you know, as an African, I always felt our biggest and our weakest link was the unity between us.
Right.
We was always in such competition with each other that we didn't realize that your gift combined with my gift can create gifts for others. And then before you know it, we all can benefit from it. So what we're doing is setting an example. Okay. I can go off and do my thing and be good and be successful, be rich, have fun. Samba can do the same thing, Chon can do the same thing, but we bring more to the overall picture, tomorrow's future in Africa when we come together and create opportunities like this. And when you come to this earth, you want to leave your stamp in a way that what people will remember. There has to be a legacy that there was a purpose for you to stamp on this earth. Like, it's a blessing to be here, to be breathing this air, to do what we do. So ultimately, the whole idea is to leave something behind that helps and benefits human race in general. And that's what I want to do. I want to leave a legacy to where when they mention my name, or Samba, or Chon, they'll say that these three guys were musketeers that came in and helped to develop the future of Africa and what it is today. The same way our forefathers did it for us in America.
The last highlight is highlight number 5. Before you change the world, be the change you want to see. Take the time required to understand yourself as an artist, entrepreneur, or creative. It's very important.
I'm blessed in a position where, you know, God put that talent in front of me to where other people can relate to it. And I think a lot of times what people, you know, tend to forget is that if you put more concentration in yourself and the things that you're great in, it can magnetize millions of times over if you just concentrate on it. So when you take your time to try to be like somebody else, you alienate who you are. So you don't give yourself that chance to even become me, or you for that matter. You know, and I think that's a lot of things. You see something that you like, you see an artist or a rapper, or you see a producer or an athlete, and you be like, man, I want to be like that guy one day. No, you could be like him, but you don't want to be him. You understand what I'm saying? So they have to know the difference between that. He was successful because he took the time to understand himself and focused on his own talent. You know, so I think if you take that whole initiative and that way of thinking, just figure out what it is you love to do and focus on it. Because whatever you love to do, obviously you're going to be great at it. And once you're great at something, people will pay you for those services. And you'll be bigger than me, hopefully, one day.
And that's a wrap for today's episode. This was more than a podcast. It was a blueprint for empowerment. A huge thank you to Akon for sharing his revolutionary vision. And a big thank you to Findekai for sponsoring this episode and empowering the next generation of financial traders. If this conversation fired you up, then you know what to do. Like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear this message, and most importantly, hit that subscribe button to join the Hustle Castle Academy family for more critical insights. We'll catch you on the next episode of What's Your Hustle podcast.
Yeah. Yeah. Hustle Castle. Yeah, that's the vibe. What's your hustle? Tell me stay alive. Podcast on blast. Knowledge you find. Money on my mind. Never left behind. Hustle Castle.